now in the courtyard of the American Embassy in Vienna. I'm panning around at the rear of the embassy building. You can see it's a white or an off-white color, beautifully constructed in typical Austrian design. Here is the band getting in position to play out here in the flower garden. It's the only time in Vienna that we began to get a little rain. We got a few drops of rain. It began to look like we would be quite wet there in the flower garden. We were playing right beside a beautiful swimming pool. These people came to hear us play. There are some of our guides. If you look in the water, you can see the rain starting to come down in the water. It's a beautiful spot here. We were the only band that was invited to play in at the American Embassy. It took quite a while for everything to get set up, and while we were getting ready, I took another shot of the embassy. There was people leaning out the windows up there getting ready to listen to us play. It was really an interesting experience for our band, for Mr. Cervini, for all of the visitors there in the flower garden at the embassy. Now Tony is giving the band a few instructions and we start to play. People were very happy with our playing, so we started to play again. point, Tony Cerveny Jr., who's the manager of the band, stepped out before the people there at the embassy in order to thank the ambassador and his helpers for getting our instruments and our uniforms to Vienna so that we were able to come and play for them here in the flower garden. After we got through with our music, we were all invited for some Coca-Cola, and believe it or not, it was ice cold. I think the first ice cold Coca-Cola we've had. This is the Harvard Band in marching competition, where they received an excellent rating. Now see a few scenes from some of the things we saw when we took a trip to the Vienna Woods. This particular place was a mine that is no longer used or anything mined from it. But during World War II, when the Nazis invaded this country, they made airplane parts down in there. Austria was bombed by 3 different nations: the French, the British, and the Americans. And they do not know as to which ones did the most damage or what particular churches or abbeys or monasteries that accidentally were bombed. This is outside of an abbey, and this old lady, they tell me, comes out and sits here every day. She supposedly was a movie star many years ago, and she enjoys getting all dressed up and sitting out here and having people take her picture. I didn't know this until afterwards, or perhaps I'd have got more pictures of her. This is a very famous religious statue there in the courtyard of this abbey, and you can see all our band's people in their blue jackets are taking pictures of it. It's very beautiful there. We're going now inside and see the artwork that's inside. It was so dark inside we couldn't take any pictures. Now we're back on the bus, and this is a typical picture of the scenery in the Vienna Woods. Everything is green and beautiful, and it isn't exactly what I thought it would be, but here is a bombed out monastery up high on a hill. It's a picture I took out of the bus window. Here we are traveling down the road. Of course, there's 3 or 4 buses of us, and we're passing one bus.